Jai Hind, students. Moments. We are going to start moments. Give me the text. I will open it up. What's it? 44. Okay, all right. I'm changing it. Page number 44. Okay. So, children, let us start this new story from Moments, chapter number 7, the last leaf. Okay. And after this, we shall practice narrations once again because it will come in the examination. And we shall also have to prepare for the upcoming tests. Okay. So here the title is The Last Leaf and the writer is O. Henry. The writer is O. Henry and the theme of the story is to have a ray of good hope means be optimistic, never be pessimistic, never be sad on the loss or the difficult situations you face in your life. Always be determined to fight against the wrongs you face. You would have heard many a time that people who are bitten by a snake die of fear. Have you heard this? People who are bitten by a snake die of fear than the poison. It means that fear is more poisonous than poison. So this is the theme of the story. Further, you will write about the characters. There are certain characters like Sue, Johnsy. These two girls are friends who are young artists and they are living in a flat and pursuing the course in art. There is another character, a Boherman. He is an old man. He is about 60. He is also a famous artist who makes drawing. There are some other characters like janitor, means a servant in the house. And then you will write summary, whatever we shall study here, whatever you will have read on your own, that you will write in your summary in precise. Okay. Further, you will write message you will have to write on your own after reading the story. Okay. So let us begin now. Before the story, it is given in rubrics that it is autumn. Autumn is a season. It is autumn. The wind is blowing hard and it is raining heavily. You know how when it rains heavily, what is called? Torrential. Means very heavy rainfall. It was raining heavily. All the leaves on an ivy creeper. Ivy creeper is a plant which moves up, means grows extensively and climbs on everything which comes before it. Ivy plant. Okay. If it finds tree, the ivy plant starts climbing the tree and wraps it round and round and round. If there is wall, it needs only something to hold. And once it holds, it starts climbing and cover the entire hall after some time. The wall, okay, the place after some time. So ivy is something like that. It is a kind of creeper. There are certain categories of these plants: creepers, bushes, all sort of things. Okay, you would have read in social science and geography. So there was an ivy plant have fallen. So the leaves of the ivy plant, were falling. Except one leaf was left there, only in the ivy plant. Okay. And why does not the last leaf fall? This is the question. Every leaf had fallen. There were about 12 leaves in the ivy plant. Since it is noticed, okay, there some leaves in the plant. When it was noticed, it was 12, okay, in numbers. And one by one, everything was falling because it was bending hard and raining incessantly heavily, torrentially, okay. So what happened that only one leaf was left at the end and it was not fallen at all, okay. So the question is why it happened, how did it happen, okay. So we shall find the answer in the text. Come on. Sue and John C. Those who haven't brought the text, pay your attention or open the notebook or any other rough notebook so that you may write down any important word if I make use here or write down on the board. Okay. If you are having pencil, hold it in your hand. Always be ready to underline the important words or terms comes in the paragraphs. Okay. So may I start now? Okay. S-U-E, Sue and John C. These are the important characters. They are friends. Two young artists shared a small flat. They were living in a small flat together. The flat was on the third story of an old house, and John C. fell very seriously ill in November. Okay, means she was severely ill, quite seriously, severely ill, very much. She had pneumonia. Pneumonia is a kind of disease. Okay, you know very well. You have read in science. How to learn the spelling pneumonia? See here, P which is silent, N-E-U-M-O-N-I-A, pneumonia. So how will you learn it? Segregate it. You write new N-E-W, right? Okay. So here you will learn N-E-U. Okay. P is silent, new, and then you would have heard Mona. Have you heard ever Mona? Name, just make it Monia. Well, you are in habit to make names or call names. Calling names means calling people with some false names. And it happens in our villages mostly that we always add some suffix after the name, right? And then call. So this is the very common thing seen. In fact, you would have heard this in your home as well. Have you? Okay, so there you just make it Monia from Mona. Okay, and you will never forget the spelling of pneumonia. P-N-E-U-M-O-N-I-A. Okay, who was suffering from pneumonia? John C. John C. was suffering from pneumonia. Okay, and John C. was living with her friend Sue. Both of them were living in the same flat. They were sharing the flat. Both of them were young artists. Okay. Now, she would lie in her bed without moving since she was severely ill. So she was not able to make move. Okay. Just gazing. G-A-Z-E. G-A-Z-E. Gaze means to look continuously. Something. When you look something continuously, sometime when you are lost in your imagination, you are brooding. B-R-O-O-D. Brood means when you are thinking and you are lost in the ideas. You're sitting somewhere, you are thinking of any of the things of the past or the future, of the current, anything that you are thinking, so there you are brooding. Okay. Here gazing means looking continuously at something. John C., who was suffering from pneumonia, was looking out from the window and she was looking at the ivy plant. Okay. So here it is written, just gazing out the window, Sue, her friend, became very worried. She was quite careful of her and worried, means anxious that her friend John C. was suffering from pneumonia. So how she can help her. So she was worried for this. Okay. She sent for the doctor. She went and called a doctor. Sent for a doctor means she called a doctor. Although you have learned this sent for in the first chapter. S-E-N-T, sent for in the first chapter when Margie's computer was on blink. Means what, not functioning properly. So their mother had sent for the county inspector. Very good. So there you have learned this phrase. Okay, sent for missed call. So she sent for a doctor. Although she came every day, there was no change in Johnson's condition. The doctor was visiting frequently, regularly every day, but there was no change in the condition of the patient. Who was the patient? Johnson. Now, what can you imagine about this? What could be the reason? She might be suffering from something else, some other reason. The doctor was also confused why it is happening. I'm giving her right medicines, all the pills were given. She was under observation, all the medication was given rightly on time, but she was not getting cured. So their doctor was having doubt. So he asked Sue that is there any other problem? She said no, there is no other problem. So one day doctor took Sue aside and asked her, is anything worrying John C? Is there any other problem that is disturbing John C? No, replied Sue. But why do you ask? The doctor said, John C. Here doctor is telling about the problem. Doctor said, John C. It seems as she has made up her mind that she is not going to get well. Means it was set in her mind. Doctor is saying to her friend, Johnson's friend Sue, that Sue, listen, that your friend is not willing to cure, and it is set in her mind that she will never be cured ever. Okay, it was set in her mind, fixed. Okay, so it is all about making your mind always positive, always be determined. Okay, always be optimistic. How we should always be? Optimistic. You would have heard people always say, shub shub bolo. Speak nice, speak good. Okay, always. Why? It means to say that always be always supposing to have good omen. Okay, good luck. Always be optimistic. Okay, always be positive, you would have heard. So because there is something that motivates you in doing the things in the same way. If you are thinking negative, you will be doing the things in the same way, negatively. If you are thinking positive, you will be doing the things in the same way, positively. It means the ideas or the thoughts have very much impression in our mind. That is why people say always write thoughts in your notebook. Okay, there we always read or recite a thought in the assembly, because thoughts have greater impact on the listeners or the reader's mind. Okay, you would have also heard that people always say always be in good company. Okay, because our surroundings, the society, the school, the village, the family we live in has its impact. Similarly, we become. As the thought we have, similarly our mind is, and we do accordingly. Okay. So the doctor says that Johnsy, it seems, has made up her mind that she is not going to get well. If she doesn't want to live, medicines will not help her. Means it is her will that there is nothing left in life, so she should die. It is something in her mind which was covered with that there is nothing left in her life, everything is lost now. You would have also heard people who sometimes lose their loving ones. They say that I will not live now, I will also die, I cannot live without you, this and that. So these things happen when we are emotionally attached with somebody, or we are quite sentimental for having somebody in our life. So here you would be thinking that now what Johnsy was attached to. Actually, she was attached to a plant. Okay. And there was not anything like that she was loving it. Actually, she had some mental attachment to negativity. She had mental attachment to negativity. What was it? That the falling of the leaf, which was deteriorating, means reduction, which was lost, with loss, decay, symbol of death, all the leaves, because it was raining heavily. You have read in the beginning. No, it is yes. There in the rubrics I have read for you. It is autumn. The wind is blowing hard and it is raining heavily. In the beginning, in the rubrics, red colorful lines. So there you read this. So due to this, the plant was getting damaged. Okay, and its leaves were falling one by one. So as leaves were falling one by one, and she was also thinking that I'm having severe illness. Pneumonia is not very common disease or any common problem. There you mostly are in danger. Okay, mostly, and children, those who are newly born, mostly die of pneumonia. Newly born children, they are mostly found dead due to this cause, pneumonia. Okay, so she thought that now since I am suffering from pneumonia and medicines are not making any impact on me, I will not be able to live in any way. Actually, it was all her perception. The medicines could have shown its effect beautifully, but it was her will which was not allowing her to live or survive. That was the reason, but she could not understand this, right? See here next. Sue tried her best to make Johnsy take an interest in things around her. Is it anything, sir? Okay. So Sue was informed by the doctor. What is the problem? Now Sue tried to save her friend's life. So she started doing this and that, means tried to engage her mind in some activities. She talked about fashion, she talked about food, she talked about drawing that they were doing there. And she did many things so that she may distract her from that negativity. Okay, but nothing could do. See here, she talked about clothes, fashions. It comes in optional question. What she did talk about to distract her or to attract or change her attention from negativity. She talked about clothes, fashion, but Johnsy did not respond. Johnsy continued to lie, means she was still in the bed, still on her bed. Still on her bed means without any motion. STILL, still, stillness. Okay. Sue brought her drawing board into Johnsy's room and started painting. This is the third activity she is doing to distract her from negativity. To take Johnsy's mind off her illness. Off her illness means OFF. Off her illness means to distract her mind from illness. Okay. She was absolutely absorbed in her disease, means illness, that I am suffering from this. Okay. This was the reason of her dejection, sadness. Okay. Next is suddenly Sue heard Johnsy whispering something. Whispering means speaking very lightly that others may not listen it. See, and she was not having any intention that others may not listen it, but she was weak, frail, fragile. She had lost all her power, energy, strength, and she was weak. So she was not able to speak properly. So she was whispering, speaking very slowly. And when Sue heard that Johnsy is whispering, she quickly rushed to the bed and heard Johnsy counting backwards. She was counting backward. Again, this is negativity. You are counting backward. Okay. So this is what the case is. She is having depression. The case is of depression, mental pressure, depression. You would have heard people who suffer from depression do wrong, okay, or medicines do not make any effect on their cure. So it was happening the same way with Johnsy. Sue immediately tried to know what is the thing. So she heard that Johnsy was counting backward. 12. After some time, she whispered 11, then 10, then 9, 8, 7. Sue anxiously, means worriedly, okay, looked out of the window. So she was first thinking what is happening. Then she looked out a window and she articulated that, oh, this is the matter. She is counting the falling petal, the leaves of the ivy plant. So she got everything that she has associated her mind to the plant, to the destruction of the plant. She was thinking that I am also sinking in the disease, okay, pneumonia, and the plant is also getting deterioration. It is also reaching death. I am also reaching death. So she thought that if the plant will die, I will also die. Okay. She had found some resemblance. Resemblance means similarity that was in her and in the plant. Okay. So Sue anxiously looked out of the window. Sue saw an old ivy creeper climbing halfway up the brick wall opposite their windows. Opposite to the window, there was a brick wall, and the ivy plant was climbing half. Okay, it had climbed half to the wall. In the strong wind outside, the creeper was shedding its leaves. What is it, dear? Sue asked. Now Sue asked Johnsy, what is it? What you are looking at? Then what did she say? 6, whispered Johnsy. Now she is deteriorating. She has counted 7. Now she said 6. Again, backward. They are falling faster now. 3 days ago, there were almost 100 leaves. Okay, she said. Means 3 days ago. How many days? 3 days ago, how many leaves were there? About 100 leaves. Means it was full. And there are only 5 left now. It is autumn. You know, in autumn what happens? Trees shed their leaves. Do you know? Trees, most of the trees shed their leaves, not the whole. It does not happen with all the trees. Okay, there are many trees which never shed their leaves. Okay, you would have read this in geography. If you haven't, please find out. This is a special homework for you. Which tree does not shed its leaf ever? Okay, you find it and assure and tell me in the next class. Okay, next is, and when the last leaf falls, I will die. It was the statement given by Johnsy. Said Johnsy with finality. She was sure that she is also going to give up and or die, as she had associated her life to the ivy plant. I have known this for the last 3 days. Oh, that's nonsense, replied Sue. In fact, everybody will say this is nonsense. What will you say if you are having such a friend? What will you say? The same thing? As Sue said, oh, nonsense. Means one cannot believe that it can happen. Can you? Can you believe? No, it is not easy. And in fact does not happen. Even if something is dying, why should we say that we shall also die in the same way? We should always be positive. But here, Johnsy was having this negative approach. Oh, that's nonsense, replied Sue. What have old ivory leaves to do with your getting well? The doctor is confident that you will get better. She said. Sue said to Johnsy that please do not think like that. Don't be negative. Doctor has said that you will be okay perfectly. Johnsy did not say anything, but Johnsy did not reply on this. Sue went and brought her a bowl of soup. B-O-W-L is bowl. Never read it bowl, okay? It is bowl. Container, a rounded container, okay? Maybe metallic, non-metallic, or of glass container, a round metallic container, deep is called bowl. Okay. So she brought a soup of bowl. I did not want any soup, said Johnsy. I'm not hungry. She had lost all her appetite. Okay, hunger. Now there are only 4 leaves left. I want to see the last one fall before it gets dark. Then I will sleep forever. Sleeping forever means no more. It's dead. Sue sat on Johnson's bed, kissed her, and said, "You are not going to die. I cannot draw the curtain, for I need the light." She said that I cannot draw the curtain. I need some light. Let it come. I want to finish the painting and get some money for you. Sue was trying to make the painting, as you know that both of them were young artists. So she was making a painting so that she may sell it and earn some money. And she was thinking that with the money she will save her friend. So, please, my dear friend, she begged Johnsy. B-E-G-G-E-D, begged means, I told you B-E-G, repeated request. She begged her friend, Johnsy, promise not to look out of the window while I paint. Sue said to Johnsy, do not look outside of the window while I am painting. Actually, she wanted her not to see the thing that was in bad condition or getting deteriorated, or not to focus on the negative things. Okay, so that's all in today's class, children. We shall continue the lines in another class. And your homework, listen. Your today's homework is to go through the remaining portions, so that when I will be describing and if you find any difficulty, you may ask in the class. You never ask questions in the class. It is like that you are getting all the things, or you are not interested in any way. What is it? You are getting everything. Okay, I will put questions, okay, in the next class. That's all. Thank you.